Yeah, we winning over here. I'm just saying that I'm keeping
Alright.
So cash out my bread, bro. Cash out my bread.
And we are back in the building. If you stayed on, if you stayed tuned in, one, I appreciate you. If you shut off and you cutting back on now, one, I appreciate you. If you didn't, fuck you and the horse you came in on. Nah, I'm playing. Not really, but seriously. No. So, yes, but again, thanks to our engineer, we are back in the building. Again, shout out to my man, Reggie Prince, man. He's doing his thing. And this gives me an opportunity to jump into what I want to talk about next any motherfucking way. Miss Newman.
Yes.
There's a thing, right? When you cut on like a lot of social media sites and stuff nowadays, when we're talking about dating, and they always there's they got the Pop the Balloon show and all these different shits, right? So one of the things that always comes up when they're talking to the ladies, they always be like a man will be like, they'll be like, well, will you have any questions for the lady? And then the man will usually say, yeah, I got one. What do you bring to the table? And the first thing the women say is, I am the table. I am the table. And here's why I'm bringing this up. Some of you motherfuckers is like, everybody can't be the table. Some of you don't even bring snacks to the table. But it angers me because the first thing every woman says, I am the table. Now, here's what really pisses me off about that, because if women says to a man, what you bring to the table, if he say, I am the table, the first thing they say is, what you mean by that? What you mean you the table? What you mean? Well, I got this, I got that. So, and that's how they respond. So I need to get your thoughts on this. Is everybody the table?
No, because first of all, in order to have a relationship or in order to have a home to put a table in, your ass need a foundation.
Boom.
First of all. So you
Boom.
can be the table, but you need a man in order to have that foundation. You don't need a man, but you need a certain something. You know, you need a significant other. Let's put it like that.
Right.
These bitches running around, okay, bitch, but without the foundation of a house for that table to go in, bitch, you just a piece of wood. So I said that to say this: you match what you match.
Yes.
Right. If you got these $60 hoes wanting $600,000 men,
Right.
that doesn't match up. Either somebody's gonna be sucking some ass or somebody's gonna be selling some ass, right?
One or the other.
So what you do is you have to find someone who's evenly yoked. That is a true statement.
Okay, so let's say this, right? Because right now I can see a whole bunch of women typing in, and the first thing they typing in is saying, "If I'm broke, why I want a broke nigga?"
And we don't. Don't nobody want a broke ass woman either. Nobody wants anybody broke. And there's two types of broken. There's financially broken.
Yeah.
And then there's physically and mentally broken, right?
Yes.
We don't want either one.
Either
right?
one.
But when you find someone that you can connect with and that you click with and it's
Right.
genuine shit, then at some point you got to be able to give that person shit. Like, we're not
Let's
going
be
to
clear though. Hold up, ladies. We don't want no broken women. Either way.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Here's what I hate. I hate, and we've talked about this before, and I said, man, you know, I've been down. Right. I've been homeless. I've been out in the street. You know what I mean? But I worked my way back. Right now, I own my home. Mm-hmm. But it is crazy that I can say I own my home. I'm working, and my bills is paid. I ain't got no debt. I done snapped back.
Right.
Tenfold.
Right.
And can't find a woman to save my life.
Right.
And I know dudes who out there big pimping and live with their mamas. Help me understand. Help me
check
understand.
this out. So, when you say it like that, if a man,
whoa, motherfucking whoa. I don't mean to step on your conversation, Miss Newman. For those that are tuning in right now, we have engineers behind the scene. Okay, and I don't pay Mo, but I pay X. And Mo went out into the kitchen to get some motherfucking snacks. And she got some candy. And she came in and she gave some to X. But y'all didn't see it, but she tossed underneath the camera something to Miss Newman. Miss Newman hit her with the, thank you, girl. Thank you. Right? And then they all proceeded to open up their motherfucking candy in front of me.
Not all.
Hold up. Okay, you said this. But here's the thing. And she got them all they flavors. didn't even get me my flavor and in my motherfucking house. In my house. And didn't even get my flavor and bring me one. Not near one. They like literally gave candy to everybody.
There's no
but
cherry
me.
ones over there?
What? No,
There's no
she got watermelon and lime.
Oh, okay.
And then overlooked me completely. I said, what the fuck?
Baby.
No. Nah. I'm not letting that slide. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to step on the
That's all
conversation.
right.
I'm just saying, you
Hell,
know.
I'm high. I forgot what it was.
It's principality. It's principality.
Take care of the house first. Take care of the house first.
We was talking about to the table, and you was saying about foundation.
Yeah. Well,
and how things go.
yes, and that's any relationship, whether it's a relationship between like a man and woman and man, or woman and woman. But a foundation, you can be the table, and we don't. Nobody wants anybody broke, but see, a lot of women, in America, have. Not saying men haven't, but I'm just saying.
Right.
A lot of women have dated men of a lower stand, have lowered their standards and dated men like straight out of prison, or we've pulled them up from the gutter and dressed them and got them looking all good and bought them some teefuses and shit like that. Got their hair cut and made them look like something, and they left us. So that has happened so much. I think so many women are programmed, and if it didn't happen to them, it probably happened to somebody that they saw, right? Or a family member. Because I got friends that dated men out of prison.
Yeah, I know a lot of women that date dudes out of prison. So let's address this real quick since we're talking about it.
So that's
ladies
a
out
scare
there
tactic.
that's dating somebody out of prison. Do you feel you're dating down? Drop your comments in the comments section here. I want to know how many women actually feel that. How many dressing down? Miss Newman was about to go up under. It's because it's on this side, right? It's right underneath
That's
you.
all right. You know, I'm injured.
She was like,
I couldn't even put my. Oh God.
you can't be throwing candy around here. We old.
Yeah. No, I'm older.
Older, yes.
Mature.
You know.
No.
So I want to know, ladies out there that's dating dudes, do you feel like you dating down? Miss Newman says that's dating down, correct? For you.
Let's put this way. I'm not saying it's dating down.
All right.
But he doesn't have what you have.
True.
You know, he comes. You 9 times out of 10, these ladies meet these guys in prison or wherever they meet them, right?
Right.
And like they could be living with their mama, okay? And they will, but I say prison because I watch that Love.
No, yeah, I got you.
Because
Love, I lock
they date
up.
these men, and the women are outside, stable, steady, got jobs, and they're taking care. They start taking care of these dudes while they're in prison, right? But not knowing the men have 3 and 4 other chicks
Doing
that they're taking care of, right? So when this guy gets out, this woman is thinking that this man is coming to her to be a man to her, and they got the kids calling the man daddy all up in prison and shit. And then when he comes out and realizes that he don't want to be with this bitch because it was just a sugar mama thing across the line, he bounces. Or he probably goes to somebody that he met through her, or however the case may be. So that has shied a lot of women away, I know, in my life from dating men, straight out of prison, dating men, or we call it building a nigga. Yeah. But it's the same thing probably happens to men too. You find a chick.
I mean, you know what's crazy is that I'm not saying it doesn't happen to men.
Right.
It's just harder to happen to men because every chick thinks she got it going. Like I said, every chick thinks she's the table.
That can't turn a hoe into a housewife situation.
Right. So you got women that live at home or live with friends or whatever. She could be couch surfing, whatever. She's not out here moving like she does.
Yeah. Anything could happen.
Dudes does not even allow her to move like that. A lot of dudes there's dudes that, you know what I mean? There's certain types of dudes for every certain type of woman. Right. And they call them simps, right? So these dudes will slide in and take care of her and she be all cared for and everything, out here acting like she a dime and she really like a penny. You know what I'm saying? And that's the crazy part to me. That's the crazy part.
Yeah.
Like, and then the women now, well, in Washington, people, the women out here, if she bad, she already thinks she up here.
Yeah.
But if she bad and got her shit together, shit, she's untouchable. You never.
But then you have those women like that.
Right.
And the majority of them have the personality of a fucking gnat.
That is true.
They're untouchable because their personalities won't let them be, because they think, oh, I've got this, or and I'm not saying that they bougie, I'm not saying nothing like that, but you have people that they have so much, I make $400,000 a year. You know, I refuse to date a man that makes $100,000 a year. Okay, and bitch, that's why you're by yourself.
You know what's funny? I did a post the other day, and I said, It was a TikTok, and I was like, "Yo, what is a suggested? What's restaurants do ladies suggest? Since because as of late, if y'all been paying attention to social media and stuff, a lot of women come out talking about, don't take me to no Red Lobster, don't take me to no Olive Garden. So I was like, what is an appropriate place if not these places? And a lot of people chimed in and was like, you could take me wherever, woo, woo, woo. And I was like, you know what? I respect that. But my thing was, when did these places become whack to go to? I think I remember when Red Lobster came out.
It was banging.
And I remember that it was like the place you went dressy after church on Sunday. Same thing with Olive Garden.
Yep.
I remember when they was like that. And then I remember when they kind of became more like the fast food version of what they used to be. But the problem with that is that was the quality of the restaurant and the times, right? You figure like we ain't have to give you prawns no more.
Shitting in tall cotton in the 90s, 80s and 90s when those places were popular.
You know what I'm saying? We don't got to give you prawns no more. Now we got these miniature shrimp, or you can give you like they got all these things that they'll throw at you now and make it way more expensive. I remember when a lobster tail at Red Lobster was like bow. Now a lobster tail at Red Lobster is like bing, and I'm like, for real, this is like a shrimp.
Cut the fucking 4 pieces and have it out.
And that's it. That's it. So that's the thing. So I understand the quality change, but I still think it's a decent spot to go to. You know what I mean? It's just, they definitely just cheapened up the way they were, but shit, McDonald's used to be fancy. Now the McDonald's looks like a fucking prison.
Yeah. And you have, and again, you have society has these young people thinking that they're too good for these restaurants now. Like you said, the chicks on there saying that, oh, you can't take me to Cheesecake Factory, and you better take me to goddamn Applebee's. I don't go to Cheesecake Factory because I don't like it. It's nasty. Every time I eat there, I get sick. But I will go to Applebee's, and I will go to damn Olive Garden, and I damn sure will go to Alameda. Nigga, if you don't feed me, I'm not gonna be.
Here's my thing: if you're dating or we're getting in a relationship, and you don't like this spot, you'll never get to this spot anyway. If I took you to Red Lobster, shit, if I took you to McDonald's and you didn't complain, I'm gonna be like, man, all right, she rock. That means you rock with me. So then when I take you to a better or upscale place, you know what I'm saying? It's levels.
You will appreciate it.
Right. I'm just not fucking taking you to a top scale place off the jump. I just met you.
Yeah. Well, one thing. I'm
not gonna take you to McDonald's either, but I damn sure ain't take you to upscale. We just met, unless the vibe or the energy we got is on that.
Okay. That's cool.
Come on.
That's cool.
All right.
But you have to remember, how you get somebody is how you have to keep them.
True indeed.
So if you start taking chicks to 5-star restaurants, that's what she's gonna want. She's going to think she's got a 5-star nigga or a 5-star man to take her to a 5-star restaurant.
True indeed.
Right?
True
so if you start if you start off doing certain shit, that you have to be consistent in what you do. If not, you're fucking faking.
I agree with that.
You know what I'm saying? So you start, like you said, there's levels. So you start off
levels.
and see just how much this person right. I don't mind telling a brother real quick, look, I'm balling on a budget. I only paid $25, $30 or less for my weed, and I smoke all motherfucking weed by myself, because that's what I choose to do, because I afford my own habits. I don't expect him to
support your shit.
No.
Right. And understand that, and I say that to men and women. If you can't take care of your habit, you shouldn't be doing it. I don't care what it is. Shopping, getting your manicure, pedicure, your hair did, whatever it is. If you can't do that shit on your own, then you shouldn't be out here trying to put it on nobody else. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to tell you something else I hate. I hate the fact that, because it be women that be like, if he ain't trying to get my hair did and my nails did, we can't, they hit you with the ghetto sign, like, I can't, you not doing this and that. And I'm like, hold up. What you doing?
Who was doing that shit before I got here?
Exactly. Who was doing that? Like, come on, man. Take care of your shit. I am a kept dude. And
spoiled with it.
Right. And here's the crazy part. I just seen a dude. He did a post. I forgot who it was. It was some rapper nigga. Maybe it was like not Young Jock. It might have been like
probably Plies.
Lil Bootsy or somebody, right? But they said something about man, I can't see a man getting no man getting pedicure. That's best shit to me. Now, I'm not getting my nails painted.
No.
But no, getting manicure and pedicures is not bitch shit. That to me is kept shit.
That's
I'm
grooming.
a kept man. I'm well groomed. And motherfuckers, shit, nigga, I'll show you some bitch shit, nigga. You get smacked up with these well manicured hands, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. I'm just saying. Because I don't really like cats be trying to put that out there like that's some whole shit. No, that's just some kept shit. Mm-hmm. Now, some of y'all don't know how to take care of your feet. Let me keep a buck real quick. Some of you dudes don't know how to take care of yourself. Ain't been told or taught how to take care of yourself. Didn't come up with a man that knew how to take care of himself.
Or it was still stereotyped that it was bitch shit.
Or it was bitch shit, right? I grew up with my daddy was an alpha. He was a man. But my daddy was a kept dude. Now, I will say my dad didn't go get manicures and pedicures, but he did his shit.
He
right?
was doing his shit.
Yeah, he kept his stuff together. For me, I took it to the next level because I was like, well, shit.
You can pay for somebody to do it.
Yeah, I'm paying to get somebody to take care of. Yeah, take care of these shits. Again, I'm not getting paid. I don't do clearing under that shit. But if you do it, that's your business. But again, yes, manicure, pedicure, that is kept shit. I am a kept man. And like you said, I don't have nobody doing it for me.
No.
I don't need nobody to do it for me. I do it because this is me. Now, if I'm dating you and you do it, cool. But once we start dating, yes, I'm a do it because that's just a thing for me. You dig?
You're gonna take care of your chick,
right? That's the thing, and because I feel every woman needs to have well hands and feet. That is a thing for me. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I can't stand nasty hands and feet, toes and shit. Cause and don't mean I'm gonna be sucking all on them. But when I look down, I want to be like, ooh, look at them.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
I might want to touch them, reach out. Oh, look at that tickle, right? I don't want to be like, swam out.
Yeah, you watch TV and you the rubber toes or some
exactly,
shit. Right? Yeah.
Exactly. But again, I want the same to come back. I done seen some brothers take their shoes off. First off, let me say this. So people understand the depth of why I'm a kept dude. In my household, the Spencer men feet game is notorious for being horrible. I'm talking like my dad used to chase us around with his feet. I'm telling you, and then my brother do it. You know what I mean? Like my brother, they feet is hit, dude. And it's just naturally hit. I don't know what happens. They hit. Oh my God. So that shit fucking scared me straight, dude. I was like, nah, my feet will not look like this, dude. And it's crazy because I remember my son. So a lot of people don't know this, but here's the story real quick. My son came to me at 16, right? He finds me at 16, and we do the whole blood test, everything, woo, and he moves out here. And I tell him, I said, yo, one thing to know about being a Spencer men have notorious ugly feet. He said, man, that explains so much. I said, what? He said, explains so much. I said, your feet nasty? His feet was horrible. His feet was hit. But I took that cat to get pedicured. I said, no, you not going to be, you on this side of the Spencer table. So I took him to get his joints done. Then after he got them done, he was like, oh, and that was it. From that point on, he was getting his feet done, right? So I'm telling you, no, it's not bitch shit. It's just well-kept shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. And men, we don't, me personally, I like working men hands, right? But that does not mean that I want to see oil and grease and stuff under your hands. Right. I like working man hands. Right. And as far as your feet are concerned, I like to rub my feet together. You're not leaving crust and flakes in my shit. No. That's what you don't realize is when you don't take care of your feet, they're all crusty, flaky, cracked, and everything else. And that's bad for your health. Your health starts with your feet. Boom. To be told, you have to walk, right? So it's not bitch shit for you to go and let what's her name, Ming Lee and
Ming Lee, yes.
Soak your feet.
I will say
and
this
and take the rock to him.
You're not gonna be no dude touching my feet. I make it. Whenever I go to get my manicure pedicure, I make sure I be like, nah. Make sure no dude touches my feet. I am not sitting there comfortably with you rubbing my toes. No. I come here to be pampered. And being pampered is being pampered by a chick. I don't like
female. I don't like female masseuses.
See, and I don't like male masseuses.
What you doing?
I don't like male masseuses. I had to go to chiropractor today, and it made me awkward. I was like, he was touching me. I was like,
yeah,
let the nurse do it.
Yeah, because you want to relax. And first of all, I don't feel like a female masseuse. I'm not taking it away from y'all.
Right,
y'all bad. Period. But I know me, and I know my level of pain and my level of exercise. I know my levels.
Right.
And a woman can't get there.
Okay.
She does not have the muscle or the skill to get where I need her to get when it comes to getting a massage.
Dig it.
Yeah, I like big, like you gonna damn near fold me over. Shit.
I mean, you are
Give me
like
a good
6'2".
massage.
You know what I'm saying?
5'7".
So I'm saying,
I'm just
but,
stout.
But see, and I agree. I don't want no dude touching me.
Yeah.
I would rather a female get on me and try her elbow and walk on my back before I have some dudes. I don't care how strong your
Working
hands
like
are.
a meatloaf.
Yeah, shit. You better get the Florence Jefferson on my ass. You better let me sit there and walk on my back. That's what I'll do.
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you what, it's not, nah. Yo, I was watching the news. So this is just jumping a super jump. But I was watching the news the other day. This fucked me up, right? And so there was a thing that came on the news. Let me make sure I got it right. So it was on NBC. And the FBI was talking about this dude that had got a bomb and how he built it. And here's the crazy part. They're on the news explaining where he got the parts, how he built it, how affordable it was to get it. And I was like, well, damn, you just put it out to the world. If this is what you want to do, this is all you got to do.
The ingredients and everything.
Right there.
Yeah.
There on the news.
Well,
and I was flabbergasted.
Well, they knew the badass kids weren't watching the news for one.
Well, yeah.
There's some psychopaths, but no news. Well, that's just like
and the psychopath kids.
Yeah, and the psychopath kids. Well, that's just like you can go on is it YouTube or one of those Google,
right,
and order a gun piece by piece and put it a switch and put it together piece by piece. So what?
Hold up. Okay. We should do like when you have a word of the day. All right, watch this. Say switch again.
Switch.
Ah! That's what we need to do whenever there's a secret word of the day. So here's the thing, right? I work with students, young men, and a teacher had said a young man's used the word switch, and I was like, what? So I instantly thought switch like switchblade. So I'm like, switch? What kid says that nowadays? Like, did he have a pack of cigarettes rolled up in his sleeve? Right? You know? So I'm like, what year did he graduate? You know what I'm saying? Because I never heard that before.
Right.
So I'm sitting here and I'm telling the story to X and Mo, right? So they behind the scenes, but earlier I was telling them this. And so Mo says, well, now it switches, blah, 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 blah. And X is like, yup, that's what it is. And I'm like, I've never heard this. So they said a switch is what is it? It's a piece.
It's a gun that you can switch from an automatic, like boom, boom, boom,
right,
to a what is it? What do they call it? Semi-automatic.
Right.
Yeah, you could, and all it takes, and it's just a part.
So but so what I was saying was nobody says that. Nobody says, let me get this switch. And they were saying they do, and then you just sat here and said it. So I'm like,
they don't even call them guns anymore.
I heard say, yo, I pull pole on the cat. I've heard them called pole burners.
That's old.
You know what I'm saying?
That's old. That's old.
The ratchet. You know what I mean? I got the toast. You know what I mean? I ain't never heard nobody say.
If you say that in high school, they're not gonna know what you say. They're not going to understand. That's just like them motherfuckers walking around talking about capping. And I'm like, what the fuck? What's capping? Like, I thought it was...
Yeah, capping back in our day was capping.
Right.
But now no cap means...
No, stop lying.
Yeah. Ain't that some shit?
I'm like...
Changing up all our cool sayings.
No cap. I'm like, no cap. Like, what cap? Nigga, who got a goddamn gun? And he was like, oh, that nigga lying. So,
I never heard nobody say, I'm going to pull the switch. My son, well, he's 30-something, but... They say pole. No. I swear they say pole. Like, just comment below. Comment below. Who out there says switch? But if somebody said, I'm going to pull a switch on you.
Your son is in his 30s.
Yeah. But okay,
it's the teen.
So again, folks out there, if I say I'm going to pull a switch on you, what do you think I'm doing? Do you think I'm pulling out a knife? Do you think that...
I'm going to the tree?
I'm going to the tree? Right, exactly, because that's where I'm going. You think that I'm on some fucking weird shit and your wife and my wife about to swap?
Yeah, that's
you know what I'm saying? Do you think that I'm talking about us switching draws? I need to understand what, if I say switch, what do you take that as? Because I've never heard that. Again, I instantly was, you switch, like you said, going to the tree, getting your ass whooped.
That's my initial thing.
That's my initial. That's how I know switch.
Mm-hmm.
Next would probably be a knife, but not like a switchblade. You know what I'm saying? But not like a switch. I've never heard, yo, I'm going to pull up with the switch. You got the switch, son? I never heard that.
Oh, I hear it all day. The nigga had a switch. The nigga had, because I work with
Okay.
behavioral teenagers. So they're telling stories that happen outside of school, and I was, yeah, that nigga pulled up with a switch. Like, nigga pulled up with a switch. And in my brain, the first thing I'm thinking, this nigga pulled up with a. Nah.
He came out with a branch?
Like a little switch tree? Like
He came out with a
switch?
branch and started whooping niggas?
Yeah, right. The nigga pulled up with a switch, and now they call it I think somebody in New York, they call it a blicky. A blicky.
Okay, I heard a blicky.
Yeah, a blicky or a switch.
Or the tool, you know what I mean? But again, I ain't never heard nobody
I
say
ain't heard
switch.
the tool. The tool, that is so Chicago, so 2018. The pole, yeah. That's the 30-year-olds might still say pool and toe, shit like that.
Yeah.
But them YNs, it's a switch or a blicky.
Switch or blicky?
Yes.
All right, drop them comments below. I need to know if switch or blicky. Now I can't talk. No. So if I say switch, what am I talking about? What do y'all think I'm talking about if I say I pulled the switch out?
Nintendo.
Yeah. That was the second place my mind went.
With a switch.
That was the second place. I just saw the commercial about the Switch 2 coming out, and I was like, oh, he got a Nintendo 2 already. Mm-hmm. That was not what they was talking about. All right, so look, we got to end the debate on this one. All right, let's do it. Let's end the debate. We gotta hit this one. All right, and this is a heavy topic. Okay, here we go. You ready for this?
Where's my water at? All right, let's get it.
I'm glad you said that. Is water wet?
Yes.
How do you know?
Because if it wasn't, you wouldn't have to dry off.
I almost spit that shit out. That shit almost literally came out of every other orifice.
Right or wrong?
Okay, I mean, but I wasn't expecting the answer to be answered so simply and so fast, right?
I've been thinking about it.
I was ready to debate, and so she said, "Well, I guess now I have nothing else to say." Because here's the thing where it came from. Because a lot of cats throughout social media be doing little funny videos about is water wet, and like water is not wet. Water is water, but it's not wet. Water. That's why they keep saying water is water. It's not wet. Like air is air, but it ain't windy. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, huh? Well, like so water. So that was the argument. Air, like water is water, but it's not wet. It's just water. Mm-hmm. But I feel you just answered that completely the way it should be answered.
Yeah, if it wasn't wet, why would you have to dry off?
Yeah.
Because if you're wet, you get dry. If you're dry and you want to get wet, then you put water on you. So,
And that shuts the rest of you motherfuckers the fuck up.
Period, as they say. But do we have any time? Because I wanted to ask you real quick.
Yes, please.
What are you thinking about the Donald Trump and Elon Musk lovers squabble that's going on?
Okay. Let me shed some light. First off, I believe that everything happens for a purpose or a reason, right? Mm-hmm. I think this whole Donald Trump, Elon Musk lover squirrel thing is really some media shit, right? I think they're really trying to hype it up because then when they get past it, he's found, first off, a position for Elon Musk. Uh-huh. That has never existed in the White House before, right? Mm-hmm. If that is nepotism at its greatest level of nepotism, you dig? And now, here's what it is. Now, what's going to happen is they'll do some patch-up thing, and all of a sudden, he'll be in a permanent whatever at the White House. And that's what I really think is happening, right? Like, they're making it seem like, oh, he doesn't agree with this. So you kind of, it's the rattlesnake, right? The tail is rattling over here, so you're looking at it while he strikes you over there. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That's what's happening right now. Right now, everybody's paying attention to this, and they about to hit us.
Other shit going on.
Yeah, and they about to hit us from over here.
They're covering up some other shit.
Yes.
Yeah, I think I think they both tried to use each other.
Word, straight up.
Just like Trump, talked to all the Mexicans and the black people into voting for him, promising this, that, and the other.
Yep.
I think he promised Elon Musk that position. And in return, Elon shelled out all those millions of dollars, thinking, "Hey, I got this position.
Right.
I'm getting ready to help this motherfucker run the United States."
Yes.
And then when the ink dried, Trump was like, "Guess what, motherfucker? I'm gonna do you just like I did the rest of the motherfuckers.
Right.
Your ass is cut off." So now it's the fight back. Oh yeah. So guess what? He said, Donald was talking about how comfortable Elon was in the office, and he was comfortable here and this, that, and the other. But I guess he had to leave. He's just talking shit. But then Elon comes back and says, Donald Trump was on those Epstein tapes. How's this happening? So
I did not know that came out.
Yes, it did. He wrote it on Twitter.
He said that he was on the Epstein. Well, I mean, let's be real about it.
Yeah. You've seen the pictures.
It ain't a rich motherfucker out there that waiting on Epstein tapes. Let's be real about that. If you had a certain bracket, you probably was on them Epstein tapes. Let's just keep it a buck. You dig what I'm saying? And he had an island. It was an island.
A freak-off island.
A freak-off island. First off, can we talk about how freak-off is now a thing? Back in the day, it was called orgies.
Yep.
Now they didn't white folks try to sound black. They're calling it freak-offs. He's having freak-offs. And I'm like, I hate hearing it on the news because it sounds like they really trying to be like, yeah, here's another freak-off. It was an orgy, dude.
The same thing y'all ass be doing at the Christmas party.
Right.
When y'all had break out the plate of cocaine, it's the same goddamn thing.
It's just a big name star doing it, right?
Norris in accounting.
Yeah, but again, he had a whole island. I'm going to be honest, and I said this on here before, so let me be clear when I say it this time. I don't think that was the Epstein. Was that the dude? He's supposed to be dead now, right?
Yeah.
I don't think he's dead. Because first of all, they say he was leaving jail and prison whenever he wanted to and was supposed to return. Right?
Really?
Yeah. So if you got that type of freedom, they letting you leave, come back. Let you leave, come back. What are you killing yourself for? Right? You got all these names. I think they allowed that motherfucker to leave, said he killed himself.
And planted another body.
And he's on an island.
Yeah. Who saw the body?
He got an island. Have we went and checked the island? Yeah. Have they done a stroll of the island since?
Who saw the body?
Right.
Yeah, Jeffrey Epstein is probably still alive.
Waiting for Diddy to come move in.
Yeah.
Because that's what's about to happen. Diddy's about to go ahead and transition. Yeah. What you think about that, man, since we here?
About Diddy transitioning?
Before we end the show, yeah. What I mean about the whole situation in itself.
I think it started a long time ago. I think Diddy shit, like they say, it started with his mama was the originator of the freak-offs. But I'm gonna tell you this right here.
I ain't heard that. Did you?
Yeah, they said his mother was the originator of the freak-offs.
Out of here.
Yes.
What?
I'll be in it. I'll be on YouTube.
Man,
but the mother was the originator of the freak-offs.
Okay.
And it's also been said that there was an incestual relationship between him and her.
Okay.
This has been
said.
These
are not the words and statements of Coffee and Condoms. No, this is what we allegedly had
from
Hoy.
YouTube. Right. So
from somewhere.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, I always, since hearing that, I've never liked Diddy anyway. I've never had this thing for him.
Okay.
And it take that. And that's because the whole Tupac Biggie thing.
Right.
After Tupac died, when Tupac died, I immediately thought that Suge Knight had something to do with it.
Definitely.
Because, of course, if they die on your label, you get all that money, and everybody knows that Tupac wanted to leave Death Row after he made the album. That's the reason he made the double album. All Eyes on Me was a double album.
Right.
Because it's like, here's your contract. Now, I do believe that Puff Diddy's funky ass did the same thing to Biggie. Mm-hmm. Why? There's no reason that Biggie should have been in L.A., period. After the beef that just went on, after all the bullshit, there's no reason that he should have been there.
Should have been talked out of.
Right. And it's coming out that it already came out because Little Cease and them all said the same thing, that he didn't want nobody to bring no pistols. Mm-hmm. That Diddy didn't want. So that sounds like a setup anyway. So I believe that him and Suge Knight could have did this together.
I do agree.
We kill each other's dudes.
With the Suge Knight and Pac thing.
Yeah.
But let me give you a different spin. I don't mean to jump off subject, but since we here. So let me give you a different look on it. All right. Pac was leaving Death Row, right? Mm-hmm. He was going to start this whole East Coast, West Coast label that he had been talking. Like, everybody knows you can catch interviews with Nas and all these people where they say he met us in different places, and this is what he was about to do, right? I think he was going to call it Death Row East or something like there was a play on the words, but he was basically going to start his own little label and create this whole unification thing, right? And here's what a lot of people don't understand: Pac didn't have a father figure, and if you listen to his music, each album is so different from the next one. Only two albums that are even closely the same is Strictly for My Niggas and All Eyes on Me, right? After that, his style changes. The Dear Mama album, where he's basically through that whole album saying, I need somebody to mentor me and help me the fuck out. And Suge Knight swoops in on that next album, and boom, right? Now, after all that, I didn't buy any album after Machiavelli thing, because everybody knows when Tupac would go, he record dump songs and then go through them and dump these songs and keep those. So everything else after that was shit he didn't want. So I didn't buy any of that shit because that was shit he didn't want it. I don't want it. That's just how I felt.
I'm with you.
Right? So now, with Biggie, the whole situation was, I feel Biggie was a victim of circumstance. We had to make this look like an East Coast West beef because we want to get rid of Pac. Pac was doing too much. Pac was looking for a father figure. He had Suge Knight who helped him father that gangster side. What if Pac left and went to New York and hooked up with KRS-One or Chuck D, like Ice Cube did? And Ice Cube, when losing the NWA, dropped one of the best albums, hip-hop albums of all time. It's in the top, I may say that's in the top 20. America's Most Wanted. America.
Wait, was
Most
that, was
Wanted.
that was Ice Cube, right?
Ice Cube.
Yeah.
And he left NWA and he hooked up with Public Enemy. And they produced that album.
That's right.
All right. So again, I feel that the government was worried about that. Pac was unifying black and white. He was unifying Crip and Blood. And now he was about to unify Coast. And they couldn't have that. So they had to make it look like an East Coast. If you watch any interview, Lil Caesar and them say the FBI had photos of them sitting at the joint, waiting in the car. The FBI could have stopped it.
The people that did it were cops.
Right. And they could have stopped it, and they didn't stop it. So again, you know what, man,
The conspiracy theories live on.
it is. They ain't gonna call them conspiracy theories, but yo, we all know the government killed them, man. And that's
Both
just
of
what
them.
it is.
Both
of them.
I think it was
But
a
I do
waste.
feel like, but I used Suge Knight. I definitely felt he was a pawn in it. Now, for me and the Diddy freak off thing, I mean, he was already a weird dude. I remember hearing a story way back when him and Christopher Williams, the chick said she walked in and Christopher Williams was doming him up. She said she came in with some paperwork. Christopher Williams was doming Puff up. They both looked at her. Didn't neither one stop. He got the paperwork, did what he did, handed her back the paperwork, and kept going. And old boy was just like, don't make me, I'm dreaming.
They all said that pretty motherfucker was on that side. But did you see the clip where there's a clip with Puff, Cassie, Nipsey, and Lauren. And Lauren and Cassie are sitting on the couch, and it's Puff is sitting on, looks like he's mixing something, and they're listening to Nipsey's Marathon song, and there's somebody else in there. But he did it, and Nipsey started clapping, and Puffy said, "Yeah, nigga, you better, nigga, I wouldn't clap, don't, nigga, you stop that clapping or something like that." And Nipsey kind of looked at him like he was like, "Clap," he started clapping anyway, and he told his girl, he was like, "Clap, baby, yeah, clap." So Lauren started clapping too, and so it cut to Puffy, and Puffy looked at Lauren and goes, "Oh, it's funny, Lauren." Oh, it's funny, Lauren.
I ain't never seen that.
Yeah, it's on. God damn it, it's on YouTube. But Nipsey wasn't letting that nigga punk him like that. Yeah, he was like, because he told him, "Yeah, nigga, stop clapping." Nipsey looked at him like, "Yeah, nigga, yeah," and told him.
I mean, I definitely believe if you got in the Puff arena, I mean, he was a dick. Everybody knows Puff was a dick, right? So and you had in any situation, you have two choices to how to move. How you move or how they want you to move.
Yep.
Right? That's just how it is. So that's for me. Like, I'm not going to end up on Epstein Island. You know what I'm saying? Well, no, I'm probably going to end up on Epstein Island. I'm not going to lie. I'll probably be there. But I'm not going to be, I'm down for the orgy.
You're not taking it.
Yeah. Oh, no.
You're serving.
No, I'm serving. And I ain't serving no niggas. I'm here for the bitches and the bitches only. You know what I'm saying?
All of them.
Yeah, I don't care what the hell you talking about. Drink this, smoke that. No, I brought my own whatever, and that's what it's doing. Like I just don't understand that. Because I'm sure there was people like this, like LeBron, all of these cats. I'm sure they was on, like, it's a party. Like, think about that. It's a party, probably one of the biggest parties in the world that other people don't know about. You gonna tell me you not going? Even if you don't, let's say you, because I'm not gonna act like you don't know every time. Oh, this is the Diddy Freak off, right? Epstein Island joint, they probably sent out little invitations. Hey, it's popping off at the island, and you already knew what happened at the island. You had to do the non-disclosure joint. You had to leave your phone in the basket when you got there. All that extra shit. So you know this was some raw shit. Here's what I'm saying. Before the Epstein Island, Hugh Hefner used to do his parties. Remember that?
And the Rat Pack, the Dean Martin and Frank Sinatra and them. It's not. My thing is this. Everybody gonna fuck. Everybody gonna
the Playboy Mansion parties was notorious.
For orgies.
Right.
And Hugh Hefner did it before his thing still worked.
Yeah.
But even when his thing didn't work, they said he just liked to watch.
Hell yeah.
He liked to watch.
You heard all the stories about the Grotto. That back in the 90s, late 80s and the 90s. That's what you heard about. The Grotto at the Playboy Mansion. It was orgies. They was freak offs, but we not gonna go back and talk about that. We not gonna go back and talk about it. We're gonna run the tape.
It's a problem when we do it.
Yeah.
But they can do it, but it's a problem when we do it. But I'm not even whatever Puffy did, who he fucked, I don't care about none of that because everybody did it willingly. Yeah. That you went to that party, like you said. Yeah. That you show up at my house at 11, 12, 1 o'clock at night, you know what you coming in there to do. Don't think you're coming in there to go to sleep. You know what you're coming in to do. Y'all knew what y'all was going. Y'all heard the stories. Y'all heard the rumors and everything else. Right. My only issue is how he beat the hell out of Cassie.
Yeah, that's some fuck shit.
Other than that, is that if anybody else said that he whipped her ass or did, my only issue is what happened between him and Cassie and the fact that, she couldn't go or didn't leave her house.
Well, here's how we going to end it then. This is how we going to end it. We're going to end it like this. We all know there's some weird shit going on in Hollywood. Let's just keep it a buck. And if you up in the Hollywood arena circles, you got two choices. Bend or get bent. You know what I'm saying?
Bend or get bent, yeah. And remember that no matter where you are, how people treat you is on you.
Word.
Because if you let a person start talking down to you and start talking shit to you, that's bully motives. Yeah. Then people are going to treat you just how you want them to treat you. Yes. So, don't go in being a punk and you won't come out no punk.
And that is coming from two people that are in the comedic game. You know what I'm saying? As we move and traverse our way through this comedic thing, we got to do the same shit. I got to set my standard of how I'm willing to be treated and handled. Mm-hmm. And know this, nigga, I'll smack the taste out your mouth.
And his sister will too. I'll come off the stage on you.
Yeah, and that's what it is. Coffee and Condoms, man. Tune in next weekend, every weekend at 2:00, man. We live, man. Sorry for the technical difficulties, but thank you to my engineer and my other engineer for coming in, even though she brought me candy late. It's cool. 2 fingers, we out.
Right on. Check this out. Let me turn it up.
Coffee and Condoms.
So passive, woke up them asses. The eye was raw today, put on their glasses. The eye was gone today, reread the tablet. I am just a human doing shit you can't fathom.
Podcast with me, your host, Scooter, a.k.a. the Funky Grandpa. This is Coffee and Condoms, and you are tuning into the newest podcast, Going Down is Bananas. I am your host, the Funky Grandpa, a.k.a. Scooter.